my fire. Hey everybody, it's Woody. We's cruising through here. Don't look like there's nobody down in that area. We'll come back through there and give you an update on that. Butter, he's all excited. He knows we's on a mission for old Agent 1. I'm telling you what, my phone rings constant for Agent 1 calling in with reports. And he says some of them's coming from you guys who's been watching on the Woody Willie updates. We really appreciate that part on that deal right there. Anyway, we's headed out the forest. This is part, we'll just show you. Anyway, we just came through. I love coming through there because it's like a tunnel of trees and it's always shady and everything like that. All right, well, we'll give you reports today. It's going to be a multiple report day probably. I don't know. If we find something good, it might be more than one. What was that? All right. Keep the peace. Hey there, it's me and Butter again. I'm telling you what, as you seen in that previous video, old Butter, he was doing a close ground search. I mean, what had happened was he had jumped a Squatchy. Now I seen just the top half of the Squatchy, and he had jumped at it. And what had happened was he was chasing it, and then all of a sudden I still had sight of from about the Squatchy's nipples up. And he looked it to be, I don't know, maybe 8 foot, something like that. Maybe not quite. Now, this is the Lake Conway Squatchy, so there's not been very many sightings of him. Me and just about 2 other people that I know of have spotted the Squatchy. And that excludes Butter, because he ain't a people yet. If he ever figures out how to punch in this little button right there, he'll drive. I mean, he sits behind the wheel, turns the wheel and everything else. I'm getting off track, but he just can't push that button in yet. He's learning. I could teach him. He's a quick learner, but man, when this Squatchy situation, when he sniffs that Squatchy, he just ignores all of my commands. He ignores my whistles. He ignores my coach's whistle. He ignores my butter calls. He just gets he's got a one-track mind on that deal. Ain't them flowers pretty? I see why the Lake Conway Squatchy hangs out here. And I'm telling you, it's a big fret. I'm a big fretting and worry when they drain that lake. Besides all the crazy people that's going to be up here in their speed boats and jet boats and every other kind of boat, pontoon boats, and maybe even a PT 109 or 2. They's going to be up here trying to catch fish because there's not going to be no limits. Well, that's cool too on that deal right there. I mean, that way a bunch of fishies won't be dying of just laying out there waiting to be buzzard bait. Butter don't like buzzards. Anyway, so back to what I was saying originally on this Sasquatch deal, and I can't get a hold of Agent 1. I'm getting about sick of that. I think he's avoiding my calls. I'm gonna get a different cell phone number, and that way he won't have to call me. I think there's a way I can disable that anyway. Look, there's Butter. So anyway, Butter was on a hot chase there, and the Sasquatch, I seen him from about the nipples up, maybe a little higher, because the weeds is pretty high there. And all of a sudden, he just disappeared. I mean, right in front of my eyes. I looked straight up in there to be sure it wasn't no UFO sucked him up in there or anything. So that means one of 2 things. Either old Woody was seeing an optical delusion, and I don't think so, because it was, Butter had already, spotted it, and I knew Butters. I know how when he acts, whether it's a squatchy or a deer or whatever, and this was definitely squatchy because he gets his little war feathers go up on his back and everything. Wait, no, that's a squatchy. Oh, he's gone. Squatchy had disappeared completely off the radar now. See, this bizarre. I don't know. But anyway, he disappeared on us down there earlier. So, and the way anyway, you saw Butter rooting around in the grass there, so that made me believe either there's a portal there somewhere, because I didn't see no, I looked straight up for, you know, UFOs or everything like that, and there wasn't none. So there's either a portal in that general area, or he gets on, or Squatchy gets down on his hands and knees, or belly crawls, one or the other. And let me tell you, he's a big boy. He could belly crawl almost fast as I can run, and that's a science. We know that to be the case. So anyway, he's there. I dropped a pin for Agent 1, and and I have a certain particular code that I put in when it's a hot one, and this is definitely a hot one, so I put the code in. So we'll see if old Agent 1 gets back in touch with me between now and then. So in the meantime, I just wanted to give you an update. I promised 3 or 4 people that said, please keep us updated every day. So that's what old Woody is doing. I'm giving you a little update about every day, or maybe every other day. And on the way back, I'll go through. I ain't gonna post about it in this one because this is gonna be full of Sasquatch. They call me Sasquatch. There's a Faulkner Lake swamp monster too. I gotta go check on pretty soon. Better be quiet. So anyway, just a quick update. Mayflower Interchange is not open yet. I've got the spy in the sky, eye in the sky, eye in the sky, just like old Alan Parsons band. All right, everybody, reach out, give a helping hand. That's Woody and Butter. We's on Sasquatch Patrol. I don't know. It's a million of them, I think. Bye, we love you.